5 reasons to wait for Apple's September launch event instead of buying an iPhone 17 or 16. There are rumors and rumors about the iPhone 17 that make it sound like a great phone for Apple enthusiasts. It's coming soon. The iPhone 17 is expected to have big improvements over the iPhone 16, and it will try to be more than just an update. People who want to update might only need a new chipset, better cameras, a bigger battery that charges faster, and new colors. But the old iPhone 16 is now getting great prices, and for anyone who wants a good deal on Apple's newish iPhone, this is a great deal. The iPhone 16 runs on the 3nm with A18 chipset, which makes Apple Intelligence functions easier to use. You get to experience the best of the iOS environment yet, and the cameras are some of the greatest on any current smartphone. Now comes the important question. Should you wait for the iPhone 17, which has a promising specs sheet, or is the iPhone 16, which is currently on sale, a better deal? We think you should wait, and here's why. 1. Better performance. The iPhone 16 now employs the fast and incredibly competent A18 processor. However, the upcoming iPhone 17 is rumored to boast an even quicker and more capable A19 CPU. There are rumors that the A19 will be based on a more advanced 3nm process, which will make it more efficient and improve the performance of the neural engine. This will give the iPhone 17 a lot more power to work with. While the percentage numbers might not present a compelling rationale, the extra performance always helps with the longevity of the gadget. Apple's A-series CPUs are no slouch, giving some of the best smartphone performance available. The A18 Pro Silicon powering the iPhone 16 Pro models has shown to be a particularly good performer, as you can see in our iPhone 16 Pro benchmarks. And yet, the A19 chipset you'd anticipate that Apple will employ in the iPhone 17 series might be a significant jump ahead. It was initially reported that the new chips could be built to the 2nm process, meaning a greater transistor density for better performance and efficiency. Now it looks like a 2nm chip is scheduled for the iPhone 18 Pro in 2026 instead. That being so, the A19 chips may still benefit from TSMC 3rd generation 3nm process. This is supposed to offer improved transistor density compared to the 2nd gen method used to create the A18 chips. This would enhance performance and energy efficiency, though not to the same extent as a decrease to 2nm would. We should note that at least one analyst claims the regular iPhone 17 model will continue to use the A18 chipset seen in the current iPhone 16 devices. Apple tried that a few years back with the iPhone 14. However, the CPU powering that phone at least offered an improved GPU. At least there's some encouraging news on the performance front. A report claims every iPhone 17 model will adopt vapor chamber technology designed to keep the new models from overheating. The new setup would replace the normal heat sinks used by existing iPhones and address difficulties that earlier models have had with growing too hot and suffering from performance dips as a result. Subsequent sources have suggested this functionality is scheduled for the Pro versions alone, though with leaked photographs showing off that vapor chamber feature. Greater efficiency means reduced power drain, which implies improved battery life. And on that note, Apple is tipped to be making a change with its iPhone 17 series, allegedly building its own batteries for the first time. The idea is apparently to give significantly improved performance compared to the existing one, which sounds incredibly promising. Analyst Jeff Pu has predicted the iPhone 17 could feature 8 gigs of RAM. However, in a note to investors, and Jeff Pu suggested that the iPhone 17 Pro models might come with 12 gigs of RAM. A considerable jump from the 8 gigs featured in the current versions, and presumably an essential bump given Apple's drive into on-device artificial intelligence. Ming-Chi Kuo also expects the higher-end iPhones to contain 12 gigs of RAM. 2. Significant camera upgrades. While the iPhone 16 refined pre-existing optics from the iPhone 15, the iPhone 17 could include larger sensors, better computational photography modes, new lens configurations for enhanced low-light performance, superior zoom capabilities, and video recording. The front camera is also rumored to gain a bigger 24 megapixels sensor for improved images and filming. For all the photography fans as well as content creators, the iPhone 17 might be worth the wait. One thing that has leaked is the word for an upgrade to the front-facing selfie camera. The analyst Ming-Chi Kuo is forecasting a 24 megapixels selfie camera for the iPhone 17, a major advance over the 12 megapixels true depth cam that's been present since the iPhone 11 Pro Max. It's also suggested that we may see a camera lens with a customizable aperture for the first time on an iPhone. Given how the iPhone 16 Pro models only saw an upgrade to their ultra-wide sensors, these upgrades to both telephoto and selfie cameras could be enough to keep the iPhone 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max in contention for some of the best camera phones around. One potential caveat to that 48 megapixels telephoto lens rumor, though it might come at the expense of the iPhone 17 Pro's zoom capabilities. A report suggests that an upgrade to a 48 megapixel sensor is in the works for both the iPhone 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max, but that the new lens would only offer a 3.5x optical zoom and not the 5x zoom available on the existing models. The iPhone 17 Pro models will offer dual video recording, which would let you capture video from the front and rear cameras simultaneously. The capability would also come in useful on FaceTime chats, letting you film yourself with your true depth camera while also letting other people see footage captured by your phone's rear camera. 3. Smooth display. One of the main issues with the iPhone 16 was the retention of a normal 60Hz OLED panel, which was a lot slower than the average 120Hz display on most affordable Android phones. Apple might eventually deliver a 120Hz refresh rate to the iPhone 17, thereby making the animations and scrolling a lot better. Rumors also suggest a brighter OLED panel with enhanced power efficiency and possibly thinner bezels. Though Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, who has an excellent track record with iPhone forecasts, is the latest to say that the iPhone 17 would include a ProMotion display, which is how Apple brands screens with rapid refresh rates. Korean publication ET News also predicts that all iPhone 17 models will feature 120Hz displays this year. However, at least one leaker expects the iPhone 17 screen not to match the display on the Pro models, even if it will enable a 120Hz refresh rate. That may mean the display won't equal the Pro model's power economy or brightness, but it strikes us as a fairly imprecise assertion. Early sources indicated Apple will equip the Pro versions with a new display that is more scratch-resistant and has anti-glare technology. But recent rumors have stated the improvement is being discarded owing to production concerns. 4. New AI features. The iPhone 17 is anticipated to be a showcase for Apple's new AI features. Beyond the AI features released with iOS 18 on the iPhone 16, the A19 chip on the iPhone 17 could enable more complicated and customized on-device AI features. This might make the iPhone user experience a lot smarter with proactive support. We could see deeper integration with ChatGPT. Apple might potentially include unique on-device AI functionality in the iPhone 17, thereby making it a reasonable investment over the outgoing iPhone 16. With iPhones, it's very easy to estimate the release date. For more than a decade, every numbered iPhone has been announced in September, barring the iPhone 12, which was pushed back a month due to COVID-19. In other words, it's quite likely the iPhone 17 release date will fall in September, with an event happening during the first 2 weeks of the month. The iPhone 16 certainly fit that pattern, with Apple holding an event on September 9, 2024. The 4 new models go on sale on September 20. And Mark Gurman, a man with a lot of understanding of Apple's secrets, says a date between September 8 and 12 is the most likely launch date for the iPhone 17. The pricing of the iPhone 17 is far tougher to pin down this far ahead, especially with tariffs pushed by the Trump administration, potentially throwing the prices of tech into upheaval, something that's very unlikely to happen. Apple didn't hike prices on its final iPhone models, with the iPhone 16 starting at $799 and the iPhone 16 Pro Max topping the lineup at $1,199. The iPhone 16e released this spring wasn't so lucky. At $599, it costs $179 more than the iPhone SE model it replaces, albeit the 16e does include support for Apple Intelligence capabilities. And finally, the software. It's a relatively safe assumption that the iPhone 17 models will arrive with Apple's freshly unveiled phone software, iOS 26. Yes, Apple is going with years instead of version numbers, which is why this update isn't being dubbed iOS 19. As expected, the primary focus is on a new liquid glass redesign that's being applied to all of Apple's software. While Apple Intelligence isn't as much of a priority in this year's version, there are some AI-powered improvements, including new call screening tools in the phone app, support for live translations, and visual intelligence improvement that enables you to search the contents of your iPhone screen. Improvements to Siri may not surface until 2026, though. Hence, while the iPhone 16 remains a highly capable smartphone, the iPhone 17 promises a potential for substantial upgrades in performance, camera, display, design, and AI capabilities. So, if you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more exciting tech news and updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.